Hello friends, welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. I'll share our videos commanded by our experts, so let's begin.
If you like, please like, share and subscribe. So let's begin our today's topic. Let's begin.
Inside Meta's headquarters, a decade-long era of stability is ending. Emily Dalton-Smith, a veteran executive who managed product for Threads, has suddenly announced her departure. The timing is what makes the exit notable. She was appointed just 2 months ago to lead a new unit responsible for the company's internal AI transformation. Her exit occurs as Meta prepares to spend between
$115 and $145 billion on capital expenditures, a massive financial bet on the infrastructure and data centers required for AI. Meta possesses the capital to secure the world's computing power, but the infrastructure required to run this is nature of training applied
AI models.
Treating veteran developers as interchangeable parts in an AI assembly line has eroded morale and diluted the identities of once independent teams. This friction eventually became public internal dissent, with employees using company message boards to openly criticize leadership.
The complaints centered on the data collection practices used to train internal models, which some staff members described as a breach of trust. With missing managers and unrewarding work, entire engineering units found themselves unable to operate effectively. This operational paralysis is exactly what led Andrew Bosworth to label the transition atrocious in his memo. A company can mandate an AI strategy from the boardroom, but it cannot ignore the physical and mental limits of the workforce required to build it. Emily Dalton-Smith's departure, after just 2 months in her AI role, is the most visible sign of this struggle between a legacy workforce and a new AI-first architecture. Meta's internal crisis is now a case study for the rest of the industry, providing a data point for every other company currently racing into the AI arms race. Large capital budgets and server racks represent the manageable side of an AI revolution. The friction inside HackerWay shows that without a functional human hierarchy, the most expensive AI infrastructure in the world remains a bottleneck. Meta is dismantling the corporate hierarchy that built its empire to force an entirely new, machine-driven organizational design onto its workforce. This restructuring is immense. The company recently eliminated roughly 8,000 jobs, nearly 10% of its global workforce, while simultaneously forcing another 7,000 surviving employees into newly formed AI engineering divisions. This diagram illustrates the ultra-flat design, mandating 50 contributors per manager. Leadership views the traditional pyramid as a drag, where human layers act as obstacles. Now, top-down directives move across the workforce instantaneously, bypassing middle managers. This defines the AI-native goal, removing human middle management coordination in favor of automated systems and direct engineering output. This brutal flattening raises a central dilemma. Is it a necessary blueprint for future agility, or a recipe for organizational collapse? By committing to this path, Meta is deliberately trading decades of institutional management wisdom for raw, top-down execution speed. While the structural theory is about speed, the immediate internal reality is defined by high-friction fallout. Just 2 months after being appointed to lead the AI for Work transformation, Emily Dalton-Smith announced her departure from the company. Her exit is significant. She had been at Meta for over a decade and previously managed product for high-stakes units like Threads. This departure coincides with reports of widespread demoralization among engineers, who described the new applied AI work as repetitive and draining. The internal unrest became so loud that CTO Andrew Bosworth admitted in a company memo that the implementation of the new AI division had been atrocious. Meta's pivot demonstrates that becoming AI native involves a significant, immediate cost to team trust and leadership stability. This matrix compares the standard tech model of 7 employees per manager against Meta's new 50-to-1 design. In traditional structures, managers provided mentorship and advocacy within the bureaucracy. The AI native model eliminates this advocacy layer, leaving individual teams frequently stranded. The few managers remaining are now burdened with an impossible volume of direct reports, leading to the undermined trust mentioned by the CTO. To compensate, Meta is deploying internal agents like MetaMate to automate the administrative overhead previously handled by humans. The 50-to-1 ratio represents a fundamental bet that AI can successfully replace the human glue of middle management. Building that replacement required the mandatory reassignment of 7,000 workers into the Agent Transformation Accelerator and other specialized AI pods. This shift changed the core focus of their engineering. Instead of building products, they are now building the memory systems and data collection pipelines for internal models. Engineers trained for high-level creative problem-solving are now performing repetitive data labeling and training tasks to support those models. This has created intense internal friction. Staff have reported feeling that their career paths have been downgraded to simply supporting infrastructure. For leadership, these automations are essential. Each success provides the justification needed to flatten the corporate hierarchy even further. The applied AI pivot relies on a workforce willing to trade creative autonomy for the brute force construction of AI systems. While Meta trims its human payroll by 10%, it is simultaneously triggering a massive spike in capital expenditures. This chart shows the reallocation scale. Financial savings from 8,000 layoffs are tiny compared to capital expenditures reaching $145 billion. That investment targets AI infrastructure, building an insurmountable moat of raw compute power. This presents a specific trade-off for investors, accepting massive short-term operational chaos in exchange for long-term AI dominance. You can see the physical scale of this commitment across the campus. Meta is moving away from a talent-first identity toward a compute-first identity. This financial commitment confirms that human capital is now viewed as an expendable resource in the pursuit of processing power. This quadrant chart maps the implications for different groups to help you decide if your organization should follow this ultra-flat blueprint. Leaders should prepare for a severe cultural hit and the loss of senior talent if they attempt a rapid shift to a 50-to-1 ratio. Workers must recognize that middle management is shrinking. Survival in an AI-native organization requires moving toward applied infrastructure and data roles. Investors should evaluate companies not on employee sentiment, but on whether their AI infrastructure moat can survive the resulting internal turbulence. The transition to an AI-native workforce functions as a high-friction organizational teardown. It is a violent replacement of traditional stability with digital scale. The 50-to-1 experiment is a warning. The efficiency of the AI future comes at the direct expense of the traditional corporate culture of the past.